to sue Sony for failing to promote his album Invincible.
Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish.
That inflammatory accusation turned the dispute into an increasingly wild media circus. Sony counterattacked with assertions it had sufficiently promoted the album and with claims that Michael had refused to support its release with a tour of the US. Despite the dispute, Invincible was still a commercial success, debuting at #1 in 13 countries and selling around 10 million copies worldwide. In the middle of it all, Michael had become the proud father of a third child, Prince Michael II. His eagerness to introduce Baby Blanket to eager fans in Berlin inspired him to embark on the rash act that would hog the world's front pages. The notorious baby dangling incident was seen by media commentators as evidence that the King of Pop had lost all sense of judgment, and although Michael later apologized for his terrible mistake, the stigma haunted him. Tragically, Michael's most traumatic media ordeal was still to come. On November the 20th, 2003, he was arrested and charged at Santa Barbara Jail with lewd or lascivious acts with a child under 14. Protesting his innocence and confident of an acquittal, he waved to fans on his way to court. As the interminable legal process drew to a close almost 2 years later, his fans never lost faith that Michael would be found not guilty.
Verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled case, find the defendant not guilty of conspiracy as charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Emotionally and mentally drained, as well as physically exhausted, Michael waved to the faithful in weary relief that the torment was over. But the terrible experience had taken a huge toll, and Michael needed to recover away from the spotlight. After the trial, he flew to the Persian Gulf and stayed as the guest of Sheikh Abdullah in Bahrain. In November 2006, he made a rare public appearance at the World Music Awards in Monaco to receive a Diamond Award for selling over 100 million records worldwide. The visit also coincided with the release of a special 25th anniversary edition of Thriller, a timely tribute to the biggest-selling album of all time, and a reminder that the King of Pop wasn't finished yet. In March 2009, it seemed that the years of waiting had all been worthwhile, when Michael called a press conference in London to announce he was ready to make a spectacular return to the stage. Overcome with emotion at the prospect of a Michael Jackson comeback, the ecstatic crowd wept and chanted his name. And as he took to the microphone for what was to be the very last time, Michael rewarded them with a winning smile and his trademark peace salute.
These will be my final show performances in London. This will be it. This is it. And when I say this is it, it really means this is it. Because I'll be performing the songs my fans want to hear. This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call. Okay? And I'll see you in July.
The tears shed in joy at the announcement of his comeback turned to tears of despair and disbelief, when on the afternoon of June the 25th, TMZ.com broke the news that Michael had suffered a fatal heart attack at his rented home in Bel Air. United in their grief, fans across the globe immediately went into mourning. Although most of them had never met their idol or even seen him in the flesh, Michael Jackson's talent and generosity had touched them on such a personal level that they felt like they knew him. On July 7th, 1 billion people tuned in to his memorial service to pay their last respects to an artist who will not only be remembered as a consummate entertainer, but also as a great humanitarian, a loving father, and a devoted icon.
I love you. I really do. You have to know that. I love you so much. Really. From the bottom of my heart.
He is the king of music, not pop, music. In fact, he's just the king. I just love him, and I just love him, and I just love him, and he's pure, he's inside and out, his heart, his soul, I love him.
Michael Jackson changed my life. When I saw him moonwalk, when I heard him sing, when I seen him perform, he was life-changing. He's the greatest artist of our time.
Talent and music, we stay. Of course, you have to be young, you have to be beautiful, talented, everything, but Michael Jackson is one of the best.
Michael was and will remain one of the greatest entertainers that ever lived. One of the greatest entertainers that ever lived.
Well, they said Sammy Davis was the best entertainer ever. I put Michael right up there with him. Michael worked hard. You could see it when he hit the stage.